Hey everybody, hope everybody is bliss. Welcome to your weekend reading. This is a little bonus for the whole Valentine's weekend. I'm not a celebrator of this Valentine's lark, but however, I know many people are. They're interested in what's going to be happening, if there is any messages for them in particular. Before I get into it, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Also, all the information for your personal readings are going to be in the information box below. I am doing a bit of a discounted reading for the Valentine's weekend. I'm going to be doing um, 30-minute readings for £10. So all the information is in the description box below for the Simply Book Me, Empress Vibrant, um, and the link to my PayPal is there also. So get on it. I'm only going to be doing it for a couple hours today. I may do a 2-hour slot, get 4 readings in, do 4 readings tomorrow as well, so I'm thinking. So get in on it if you want a 30-minute reading for £10. It'd be personal to you because this is, as I say, very general, so it will not resonate with everybody. Anyway, let's get the overall energy. So first and foremost, let's get the overall energy. What's going on with you guys? I guess a message for the collective for this weekend's energy. Okay. I'm going to get a message for the collective for this Valentine's weekend. All right. Okay. So it looks like there is a need for a balance, balancing your time, balancing your time, balancing your emotions, and balancing exactly what you're doing. So work life, home life, balance, fun, seriousness, balance, because we know it's all necessary. And we also have number 22, which is friendship. So friendship. So it looks like many people are trying to balance their friendships and their relationships at this particular time. So that's good. So it looks like some of you are more leading towards friendships at this time, maybe not looking for anything too serious. And it looks like for others, there is this balance between love and work and home life and things of this nature. But we'll dig into it on the individual as well. So in general, let's get a little information. So we've got number 12, which is balance. So the message is the frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our three-dimensional and multi-dimensional layers of reality. So this is, so everything that we could be possibly thinking about, there is also a need to balance where we are at. So this is finding your equilibrium, understanding that, okay, so you may have tasks to do at work. However, don't be so much involved in your career stuff that you are not dealing with your home life and neglecting your relationships with your family, relationships with your children, your significant other, things of that nature. So if you're feeling out of balance, this is probably what it is, finding a balance over this weekend to actually relax. If you are working over this weekend, please take your breaks to breathe deep, let it all go. Take some time to maybe ring home, ring your significant other so that you can have a break in the day, discuss things other than work. If you are not at work, then please relax, try to relax. Don't be thinking about what's going to happen on Monday. This is your weekend to relax. So if it is a thing where you are not involved in a relationship, and you are just all about getting the bag, then try to find the balance between at least getting into spending some time with friends, whether that just be virtually, over the phone, video calls, and whatever, because at this time it will support you. So we have number 22, which is friendship. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on a mutual affection and appreciation. See that, a mutual affection and appreciation. So this isn't alley you to not neglecting your friends and your family at this particular time. Okay, finding the balance. Yes, get the bag, make the money, look after yourself, take time for personal care, take time for self love, but also remember those around you can also support you as well. So let's not forget the help that we can receive from our friends and our loved ones. Okay, so I want to find out a bit more about balance before we go into the more left portion of this reading. So I wanted it to be a general because I know when it comes to Valentine's, not everybody is into this holiday like that, but still want to know what this weekend holds for them. So to focus on balancing oneself and friendships, that's where it's at. So maybe it's the girls getting together, having, you know, a cuppa and some muffins or cupcakes. You know, whether it's the brothers getting together to train, to reason, to discuss, you know, just to balance yourself if you're not, especially if you're not feeling at your best, especially over this weekend, allow your friends to support you. So let me find out more about why balance is here for us over this weekend. Why is balance here for the collective over the weekend? Why is balance here for us over the weekend? Valentine's weekend. And maybe we just need to be able to balance ourselves because you're going to be seeing a lot of people's posts with them gushing over their significant other, and maybe you just need balance not to get into your feelings about it. You know, you may not celebrate it, but it still could kind of grind your gears, make you feel unappreciated. But please balance, understanding that there are other ways of showing love outside of this holiday. So don't get caught up, is what I'm saying. Don't get caught up in the hoo-haws, yeah, about what you didn't get, flowers, chocolates, because it's 365. I'm sure your significant other or your friends and your family show you love every day of the week in different ways, yeah? So don't get hung up on the one day, all right? So when we're dealing with the balance, balancing our multi-dimensional layers of our lives, the three-dimensional world and the multi-dimensional world, understanding that there are spiritual things going on within us, physical things going on within us. So you may be feeling off, you know what I mean, spiritually tired, drained, but still wanting some physical attention. So there's a balance that needs to happen here. Maybe a bit of self-care, a bit of love, maybe a bit of rest. Then you can get all the other bits and bobs going on a little bit later once you've had a little bit of rest and you feel a bit more rejuvenated, you know. So with balance, we see that there are some of you who are walking away from a situation. So over this Valentine's weekend, you're going to need to balance your emotions because cups are emotions. You are understanding that you made the right decision to walk away from a situation, whether that be a job, a relationship, a friendship. But within this time, it feels very difficult because everything's around surrounding love around this Valentine's weekend. So you're going to need to balance yourself. Remember, get it right back down to the foundation of things. Was I happy? Did I get what I needed? Was the situation fulfilling? You know, was I encouraged? Was I, oh, and if all of those things are nah, then you've made the right decision to look after yourself, and it's all about self-care. So make this weekend all about the self-care, exfoliating your body from head to toe. Yeah, eating things that are nice, healthy, going for a little walk, whatever it is, because you are walking away from something that wasn't serving you. So the balance may be to remind you that although there's so much love is in the air, people are posting videos all over the place, gushing all over their significant other, you walked away from a situation, or maybe you've walked away from celebrating this particular holiday. Maybe you and your partners walked away from this stuff and you're like, nah, it causes too much issues. There's a competitive energy that comes in the air. Those who don't get what they think they should have or what their friends have can cause a real rift and an issue in a relationship. So maybe you guys have walked away from celebrating these holidays, walking away from the stagnancy that's been in the air. Maybe it's about shaking things up because things have not felt right. So if that being the case, recognize that walking away from things that do not serve you is for your greater good and for you to allow some time for self-care and some love. Okay. And then we've got the world card. So when we have the world card, it talks about the world is your oyster, understanding that there are times for travel, start getting out there. There are places that we can still travel to. So if you have the means to travel, this will help with balancing your mood, your emotions, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. So if you're able to travel, get on a plane, a train, walk, cycle, whatever it is to make movement. So travel doesn't always necessarily have to mean getting on a plane. It's about changing your surroundings, going somewhere where the scenery is different from what you're used to, just to change the um, the atmosphere in which you find yourself, because right now balance is needed. So there is definitely a need to remember that the world is your oyster. You can experience many different things, but maybe we have to be a little bit more creative, think outside the box a little bit, you know. Yeah, be a bit more creative, because we're gonna have to be in this time, especially for those who are in places like London where lots of places are not open. You can't even go and sit down and eat nothing in a restaurant. You have to order in and all of that stuff. You have to get mad creative. Yeah. So maybe that's kind of what's going on here as well. But let's find out why friendship is here as well. Looks like there is some issues with friendship at the moment. So maybe this is it, balancing some friendships that are been on hiatus or on the rocks at the moment. What's this? Okay, so we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. So this speaks of like family, friends, home life. So maybe there is a disconnect from having your friendships, because obviously there is not much scope for traveling to each other's houses due to the pandemic. Some people are very strict on that, and everybody has their right to deal with this situation as the way they see fit. So I think some of you, this home life is suffering because you're not able to spend that time with the friends, break up the monotony of looking after a household, children, paying bills, all of the yada yada that happens with being at home. And maybe celebrations haven't been able to be had, because Four of Wands also talks about celebrations. So we're talking about birthdays, christenings, and things of that nature. Maybe because of what's going on, there's less time to actually come together with your friends and your significant others, due to home life, obligations and duties. Maybe there are a lot of energies in the home that is not conducive to this love vibration that is out there in the air. Like I said to you, don't get caught up in the mist of it all, the folly of it all. The love can be had and to be expressed every day of the week. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. You know, maybe your friends are doing things that you are not, and you just seeing yourself in the yard and not go on, you haven't received any gifts. But remember, love every day of the week, not just on Valentine's Day. So if this is you and you're feeling like things ain't right, or there's some disconnect in the house with the children, maybe they're not really listening or helping out around the house, maybe this is the time where you take your time to go in the bath, you set the tasks. I'm going to go and have a bath now. By the time I come out of the bath, those tasks should be completed. I would like those tasks to be completed. You know, things like that, so that there is a time given for you to just close off from what is going on in the house or what's not going right in the household, whether that be with your children, whether that be with things that are popping down, like electrics not working right, plumbing. That's one of my issues. So this is definitely talking to me about the household not being in the position that you want it. Plumbing situation is getting on my nerves right now. So with any luck, by the weekend's end and the week beginning, we'll have some resolution. Yeah, so maybe there are things popping down around the house that is doing your head in. Maybe it's some time to call your friend and be like, yeah, how you doing, what's going on with you? I'm just trying to take myself out of what's going on with me. What's going on with you? Talk to me. You know, and that will help you get out of yourself as well. And then we've got the high priestess energy. High priestess is that intuitive nature. This is yeah, this is listening to your intuition. This is listening to the signs. This is your third eye activation. So these are the ideas that come to you while in the midst of the madness. Like we have the balance could be quite off. There's an energy of walking away from a situation that is not working right, wanting to travel. You know, maybe it's actually listening to the intuition that you actually do. You just get on a plane, get a, you know, even if it's just a weekend, whether it be a few days, whether it just means getting on a train to a different town, district, village, whatever it be, and just going for a nice long walk. You know, it's all about doing things that are outside of the box, but definitely listening to the time, listening to the signs, and listening to yourself at this particular time. Because if things are not going right, especially in the household, like I said, with this Four of Wands upside down, this is household, family. So things might be not quite right in your family setting, but maybe you're getting a